behalf of the Smith and McLean families, we welcome you to the celebration of life for Jayne Irene McLean Smith. She was quite a lady and touched all of your lives, and we're just so happy that you're here today to celebrate her life with us and with her family. I'd like to start with a quick little poem called God's Garden. It said, God looked around his garden and found an empty place. He then looked down upon the earth and saw your tired face. He put his arms around you and lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. He knew that you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He knew that you would never get well on earth again. He saw the road was getting rough and the hills were hard to climb. So he closed your weary eyelids and whispered, peace be done. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone, for part of us went with you the day called you home. And that's called God's Garden, and I thought that was really appropriate for our fighter. She was quite a fighter. Most of you know that she had small cell cancer, lung cancer, for about 5 years. And she fought through that and was a battler. There's a verse in Matthew 11:28 says, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy burden laden, and I will give you rest. The Lord gave Jayne rest on July 11th, 2018. And I said she was a fighter and had won many battles over the past years, which allowed her to enjoy more time with her family and friends. Those are cherished times that we all had together. Whether she was at the river with her family or just preparing a meal at home, she loved being with her children, grandchildren, and close friends, like Gail, who was very close friend and sister. You know, she lived with Jayne for years, and it's great to see you, Gail and Penny, you know, in the years here at Palm Desert Greens. She loved being with Penny and doing things with her, enjoying life. Going to the casinos, playing Keno. She always had this system, kind of like my grandma Irene Steinkamp. She was a gambler, and that's who she was named after, Irene Steinkamp. Anyway, grandma in the old days used to carry, in the old days they gave you
dollar trays.
Yeah, the trays of silver dollars. It probably weighed 10, 15 pounds, but she used a 16-pound bowling ball back in the days, no big deal with her. And she cranked those in, and she gambled and did pretty well when she gambled, you know?
Yeah.
And a funny story about that, they're not to sidetrack too far. One year, and it was a number of years ago now, when my mom and dad were taking care of grandma, she got a letter from the IRS. And she hadn't reported her gambling winnings in Vegas. We had a really good chuckle about that. I said, send the IRS in, we'll bring the local TV papers, and we'll show the IRS taking our 85-year-old grandma off to jail because she didn't claim $1,000 or $1,500 or $800, whatever it was, but she won enough that she got a notice from the IRS. Anyway, so Jayne loved to gamble, just like Grandma Irene did, which is really pretty cool. Loved to play Keno. She had some system, you know, blocks of fours and doing this and lines. And she and Ken used to win. They'd sit there for hours playing Keno, and they did really well. And that was a great memory. Preceding her death was a lover of life, Ken. Still miss him. He was a very good man, and loved being with him. And I noticed later in my notes, but but if you saw the picture over there with his curly long hair, when Jayne brought him by the house, we lived in Merrill West.
Yeah.
My brother and I said, "Who's this hippie that my sister's hanging out with?" And we prejudged him because we didn't know him. That's what we all do, is we prejudge people. And anyway, found out that he was just the greatest guy ever. Great father, great husband, great dad. But that was a fun memory of Kim. When Jayne brought him home one day, we just happened to be hanging around the house and it was like, let's get this hippie out of here. Anyway, and he lost his battle with cancer 4 years ago. Something like that. And anyway, so they are now back together. Jayne leaves her 3 kids, Brian and Melissa and Eric and their spouses, Jason, Kathy, and Marianne, and we just, they could do other introductions with other family members later, because there's 2 newest. I mean, there's so many cousins and grandchildren that all didn't mention them all. Jayne lived life to the fullest. One thing I remember her back in the high school days is she ripped the car around pretty fast. I don't really know where she learned that from, but I'm sure it wasn't me or her brother. And Mom's the one that taught everybody to drive because Dad didn't have the patience to do it. But anyway, I remember her just ripping down Burlesque Drive, hair flying out the windows, just off, having a good time somewhere in the world, And she was a free spirit. And then all those years that she followed the kids around to motocross, motorcycle riding from here to Vegas and to the desert and Klamath and everywhere else. Great old memories of those times with her kids. She was part of the pit crew. And Ken always had duct tape, was it duct tape, and some baling wire, I think, and he could fix anything with duct tape and baling wire. So those are really a lot of fun. Back in the days when she used to bowl, we used to do a lot of bowling. We were back in the old Gardena days, and then all the years that she worked at Owen Roofing, and then in her spare time she helped Ken and helped Woodsmith. And I don't know where she got all the time. She'd leave at 3 o'clock in the morning to get to Owen, and then work there all day, probably get back at 5 or 6, feed the family, and then work till dark 30, taking care of Woodsmith stuff again. Making sure he was crossing his T's and dotting his I's, because that's what moms do. So, and then all the times out here with Jayne, her father-in-law, and my dad, if you ever needed food, Jayne was the place to go. She'd be having steak and crab legs one night, or having a banquet for everybody on Poppet the next night, or whatever. She loved to cook, and she loved to spend time with family and friends. Right. No one ever went hungry with Jayne around. No. We're going to have an opportunity for others to come up and share memories, the special memories that they might have. I know Melissa and Ryan are going to both come up and say something. I want to share a couple Bible verses with you. It's times like this that we retrospect and we think about our relationship with God. And Romans 3:23, it talks about we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And it goes on in Romans 5:8, talks about but God demonstrates His love for us in this: while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And that's the blessing that we have, the opportunity we have to have a relationship with God. And in 1 John, verse 9 says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. And as we know in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him would not perish but have eternal life. So, days like this, we don't know if today is our day, or a week from now will be our day, or a month from now will be our day, or 10 years from now, or 20 years from now, but we need to be mindful of our relationship with God. But let us be thankful for each day and every day that we have, and live life to the fullest, ever mindful of that relationship. And at our daughter's house, they have a sign that says, I think, if I remember, it says, live, laugh, love, if I have that right. And that's the way we should live. Your love won't be in here today to support the family. And I'm very thankful for that you're all here, and take this opportunity to renew those relationships with friends, some of which we haven't seen for quite a while. So one other item here, if I can get it. I got a card this morning. It was really nice. I like what it says. It says, it's not the years we spend on earth, but the love we share while we're here. So we have Melissa come up and share a few words.
Get through this, we'll see how it goes. I've read it about 100 times, so I'm hoping they're just words on a page at this point. First, I want to thank you all for being here and showing your support for my mom and our family. Most of you followed her journey through cancer and know what a fighter and a true warrior she was. We always joke that she was rare. She seemed to get every rare disease, rare complication, and even the rare success. She developed small cell lung cancer, the rarer of the two lung cancers. She was 3 years cancer-free post-chemo. Again, that was really rare. She had recurrence to her ovary, which was a less than 1% chance. And the list goes on. We called her our 1%er. We also joked that she had 9 lives. Just when they would count her out, she would pull through, surprising everyone. That's why I thought she would walk out of the hospital a couple weeks ago, because she always did. Even the doctor said he was talking to a nurse about how critical my mom was, and the nurse said to him, but you don't know Jayne. If anyone can beat this, she can. She was truly unique both in her fight and in her life. She was the strongest woman I have ever known. She was the best mom we could ask for, and she was an even better me mom. She had a love for life and a love for her children and grandchildren like I have never seen. She lived for her grandbabies. She loved serving them chocolate milk, no matter what we said and no matter what time it was. She loved to make tons of Jell-O and treats, as you can see by her cupboards. When we cleaned them out last weekend, we counted 27 boxes of Jell-O. She loved cooking for everyone. We joked that we were going to Nemo's fat camp, because if she knew that we were visiting, she wouldn't just make one dessert, she'd make 5. We joked that she had Diabetes Corner, or Ridge, or Mountain. It went by several names. Yeah. And that's where she kept all the favorite candy and snacks of whoever was visiting. She always made sure the fridges were stocked and you didn't want for anything when she was around. Food was her love language. And she lived by the motto that everything's better with butter and cheese. If we were going on vacation, she'd call to start planning the menu weeks in advance. Everyone knew when it was dinner time because my phone would start going off. Literally, I'd have 15 text messages before I could even get to it, because she had a group text and would send us nightly pictures of whatever food she cooked that night for dinner. And it always included at least 4 courses. She always cooked enough for an army, and my softball friends to this day still talk about our team nights and tacos and malls. She never met a stranger. She would literally talk to anyone and everyone. It used to drive me nuts. We'd be in the grocery store and she'd be turned around talking to somebody and get outside and be like, who is that? She's like, I don't know. Well, you just told me your whole life story. She was an amazing friend to so many. She considered my brothers and my friends like her own children. She had a special way of making everyone feel like they were family. She was a confidant that you could call and tell everything, all your problems to, and she would give it to you straight. She did not know how to sugarcoat anything. She was loud, very loud, and I would always tease her that she could never tell a secret because everybody could hear her anyways. She used to make fun of me for all of my craft crap and said I didn't get my creativity from her, so I thought it only fitting to make towels for everyone so that you could go home and she'd be in your kitchen. So just for you, Mom, craft crap for the win. She loved fiercely. She loved a good greyhound, or Bloody Mary. She loved spending time with friends and family. She loved vacationing in Havasu and going on cruises. She loved playing Keno and was actually pretty good at it. But more than anything, she just loved spending time with the people that she loved. She was hilarious. She was quick with the comebacks. She was sarcastic. She was loving. She was stubborn, so stubborn. I miss her. I miss talking to her daily, sometimes multiple times a day. I even miss being her advocate. She joked that I was the best Google doctor. She would make fun of me for researching and challenging the doctors, but she deserved the best care. I miss her laugh. I miss her FaceTiming the kids. I miss seeing her with them. I just miss her, all of her. I know that she's now pain-free. I honestly don't know how she fought so hard for so long. She was brave. I find comfort that she is not having to fight anymore. I know that it was a joyous reunion between her and my dad, and I would have loved to have seen that. She loved and missed my dad so much, and I'm sure they're celebrating being together again. It's just not the same down here without them. My parents may not be present on this earth anymore, but they left a lasting legacy. They had such an impact on everyone they met. This room is packed because of the kind of people that they were. I hope that I can only be half the mom she was, half the parents and grandparents that they were. Until we meet again, Mom, I love you and I miss you already. So with that, I'll open it up to whoever else would like to come and speak. Thank you.
Okay, who's going to break the ice? Okay, buddy. We'll let you up even though you're easy like that. Hold that against you.
It's Woody's going up.
Yeah.
Woody's over there. He's going to talk. Johnny said he'd come over.
We moved here
So
like
lazy.
18 years ago, and Jayne was one of the first we met that McLean family. The thing that really I remember the most was when her and Ken were over at Jim's trying to help get up the Christmas lights. Every year, you go do the lights for his grandpa, his dad. One day, he says, "Hey, Pop, I need some electric tape." Well, I think Jim went on vacation because he was up there for hours without any tape. So I went in my garage and I got some tape. But what I really remember is they had a Christmas tree. I think you still have it. I think they bought it in Tijuana.
On a cruise.
I won't say ugly. If you look in the dictionary, there's a picture of their Christmas tree. Anyway, they went out there and they were putting it up, and I said, "Don, I got to do this." I played trumpet. I went and got my trumpet, and I came out and I was playing La Cucaracha. Well, I thought Jayne and Dad were going to die laughing. Then we got a sombrero and put it under the tree like it was from Santa Claus. And then he wanted to give it back to me. I said, "Oh no, I don't want that back because it was a big heavy one." But I got to tell you, I never saw a woman, I told my wife, a fight she's made her grandchildren our grandchildren. We started out knowing them when this little guy over here was, I don't know how old he was he a year yet? Was he next to a year yet when I met him? I don't know. But pretty soon, we'd like to pick up little gifts. So finally, was Jayne, he talked to those kids, get them a television. We can't keep this up, there's so many kids now, you know. I want to thank the McLean family for having us here and letting us be part of their family, because I do feel like I'm McLean. Love you, Jim.
Here comes Ken.
John.
And Paul.
Hi, my name is Paul St. John, and I had the pleasure of working for the McLeans for 30 years in Owens. And I got to tell you, Jayne Smith,
Paul St. John.
in the rough and tumble world of roofing and waterproofing, held her own. Not only held her own, but put everybody else where they needed to be. And I myself, like the gentleman just said, consider myself part of the McLean family. They lead by example. They don't tell you what to do. They have always led by example. And they've left a lasting legacy for even me. And I haven't seen Jayne since Owens closed. But I will never forget this woman. And it's been a real pleasure to work with her and the McLean family for all these years. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Penny, and JJ was my best friend. We had so many good times together. She was my hero. I didn't know a whole lot about computers. And she said, well, I can help you, but I don't know. Melissa does. Okay, I can do this. Well, my ex got a hold of my checking account and did PayPal, which I had no idea what PayPal was at the time. I went to the bank and I was $3,500 overdrawn. I said, oh my. And the teller goes, well, you use PayPal. And I said, I don't pay any of my pals. What are you talking about? And I was telling JJ, I said, oh my God, I've got a mess. And she goes, oh no, you don't. You get that check from him. So I did. And she said, any computer problems you got, like I said, if I don't know it, Melissa does. So she helped me a lot where that was concerned. She taught me how to text, and she taught me how to do messages. Well, let me tell you, our phones were like on fire. That first week I can't tell you how many text messages and you know, emails from JJ. And when I called JJ she was jumping Jayne to me. Anything that I had to do, she was right there for it, on the spot. And not only that, but she taught me how to play Keno too. She was so good at that, let me tell you. We went to prim one time, and she said, okay, and I get excited if I win. Believe me, I get excited. And JJ said, okay, Penny, and I get lost. Let me tell you, I get lost. She said, you will be able to see me. I'm just right down the way here. So you go to your little machine, and I'll be playing Keno over here. And then when you're ready to learn how to play Keno, I'll teach you. I said, oh, that sounds great. Well, she started calling me Lucy that weekend because, well, I was winning on my little penny machine, let me tell you. Every time I win, I go, yes! Well, she knew I was excited because the people that were on that block of machines were all getting up and leaving. Jayne was laughing so hard, she couldn't stop laughing. Finally, I get over to her and I said, what are you laughing too happy about it. But JJ she always was there. She was a hero. She fought so hard. She just fought and fought and fought. She was such a fighter. And determined by God, she was determined. She was gonna either beat this or meet with Ken. And I thought she did. She fought. And now she's with Ken. And she's with her mom. You know, that's how I met her, was through Mom at the gym. She came in, and I started doing her hair, and we just became best friends. I will miss her. And I know in spirit she's with me. She is with me, and she's with each and every one of you. She will never disappear. She will be with you always. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Diane, and I'm Jayne's sister-in-law. She's my friend. She's not only my sister, she's my friend. I'm going to start out by reading a poem because I didn't want to ask Melissa to write it for me. Jayne and I used to tease saying Melissa always knew what to say, and always had the right words, and we would just tell her what we wanted to say, and she would write the book for us. But I'll start out with this. It says, until we meet again. Those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only I could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again, just like we used to do. You always meant so very much, and always will too. And the fact that you're no longer here will always cause me pain, but you're forever in my heart until we meet again. And I will miss you. And those talks in the last year are just heart-to-heart talks. And I look forward to it coming here every time I came. And in the last few years, I thought, she's done so much for everybody. She always thinks of somebody else before herself. And I thought, well, she's a fighter, she's going through all this, I'm going to make sure she gets everything of the best, because that's what she did for my brother, and that's what she always did for everybody. So when I came, I said, I got something for you to do, let's go whitewater rafting. And she says, no, she says, I went out to the lake and river with Melissa. She goes, but I did get in the water, so I did do that. So then I came again, and I says, hey. She goes, no, you're not going to tell me. I did something wild and crazy. I went with Kathy to the living desert in the middle of the heat. Now that was crazy. This last time I came, I says, well, you don't have to leave the living room, because I got YouTube and I figured out, just like Penny, how they use the somewhat of technical stuff. And I said, we're going to do the pterodactyl. And we're going to watch these two old ladies go in this chair that goes down 150 feet. And she said, oh, well, that's crazy. She says, there's no way I'd ever do that. I said, well, you just did. And she gave me some of her recipes. And I would go home and cook them, but they never came out like she made them. So I told her, I said, you're going to have to show me your technique here, Rebecca, because, you know, she goes, well, it's just a recipe, you could do it. I says, no, you're going to have to show me. So she would show me. Every time I came down, she'd call me over, she goes, okay, I'm making this chicken. And I watch her, but you know, this time I came, I said, you know what? I said, I blew it. And she goes, what? I said, I waited too long, because you showed me everything. And by the time I get home, I forget what you showed me. And she started laughing. And she goes, you know what? She goes, I made those little cookies for the nurses the other day, and I made the lemon cake. And I go, yeah. And she goes, I had to look at the recipe. And we just laughed and laughed. And she looked at me and she goes, you know what? I can't believe we just did that. I haven't even had a drink. But every time we shared something, she came back to her, you know, I wanted her to do all these wild and crazy things, but her family was the most important. When I ever shared, hey, let's do this, she came back with a story with going with the family to the river. When I said, let's do this, she came back with a story with Ryan. She came back with a story with Kathy. She told me about, I know a lot of the McLeans I haven't even met yet. Because every time I did, she just sat and shared the story. I will miss those talks, but they're going to go with me. You know, I brought friends here, and they met her, and they're in Colorado, and their lives have been changed from meeting her just the one time. And just like Melissa shared, she met everybody in the grocery store. And every person she met, she was an inspiration to, because that's just who she is. And this legacy is going to go on through her children and her grandchildren. That's it. I will miss her.
Isn't the key, Melissa, just add more butter?
And cheese.
And cheese. Anyone else that would like to have a remembrance? Bring it up, clean up here. Far from it.
Well, this room's a little overwhelming. A lot of people here. It just shows you what kind of parents we had, the lives that they touched. So, from the Smith family and the McLean family, I'd like to thank everybody for being here and showing your support, not only to us, but to my parents as well, and my mom. But to touch a little bit on what Melissa said earlier, if you guys didn't have a chance to really get to know my mom's sense of humor, she could be quite stubborn. So, the chocolate milk, candy with the kids and everything else, nonstop. I love my son, both my sons, but Hudson is sensitive to sugar. So, there's a sugar allergy maybe. So, my mom would always argue the fact that breakfast, lunch, dinner, 5 minutes before bed, they could have chocolate milk. Because the milk combats the sugar. It's like, okay, you win. Like, how do you argue with that? But anyway, so my mom was a beautiful person. All I have to say is that Eric and Melissa and I, we have our work cut out to do it as good as they did. So, got a legacy to carry on. We will, but it won't be easy. They were good people. So, anyways, a lot of really great memories. People talking today, and to talk to people before, and I'm sure we'll talk after, during. But the stories you hear, as hard as they are to talk about and hear at the time, but they're also great. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun pain, I guess, but it's great to talk about it. So you're going to see a slideshow here in a little bit. It's got a lot of really old pictures, fun pictures. I think you're going to get to see a little bit of my mom and dad, our lives, dating all the way back to when we were born. And you guys are going to see just how hard of an uphill battle we're going to have to carry that on, because they were beautiful people. We're going to miss mom, we miss dad, and but So, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Smith. And I kind of wanted to follow up with Jim's take on when Jayne met Ken, because that was the greatest day in our family's life. As you know, he was becoming that curly-haired hippie hanging out with Tough in a mail wagon. I think they lived in the thing. But when Janie McLean came into Ken Smith's life, it changed all of us. It was really good timing. And they were both about 18, 19 years old. So, Janie, huh? Wow. So strong. So strong. It's like the endurance queen. Teen mom. All the weekends, all the preparations, all the meals, everything for the kids. Amazing. It's like she was invincible. She never showed a weakness. Not even until she rests. Nobody knew. So strong. Life's a fleeting moment. Enjoy every minute, because you just don't know. For Janie, it was always about others, as a lot of you have already said. Her satisfaction was in satisfying us. And she loved to do it through meals. She loved to serve it up. And I know she's up there looking down right now, wondering what they're going to serve up. She's checking the menu, and I hope some of her items are on it. Because that would make her happy. And how good did it make us feel when we go to her house and she had that special plate that you loved, and she remembered each one of it come over, and what is it you liked, and she would have that on her plate, if not as a main course. How good did that feel? She loved it. So Melissa, Ryan, Eric, I know you were so proud of her. We all are. She was so proud of you all and your spouses. And the kids, oh my gosh, the grandkids. You have such beautiful families. She lived for those grandkids. I mean, they were going to be some heavy kids. So she started cooking for them. And they're special. But you guys, her family, you make her and Ken very proud by raising your families with their values and their examples, which you do. So today we rejoice in the reunion of Ken and Jayne in the heaven, knowing Jane's at peace